break it up, men, but it's time to change the subject for just about 60 seconds.
Hello. Welcome to the Rat Hole and to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Paparazzo Dave Chapman. If you're joining us from the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS or on their page, we just finished our tribute to Simon Fisher Becker. I realized I didn't have the graphic, so I'm just using my regular graphic. And I was originally planning to do a few openings before and after the episode. Well, now I'm here. I'm just waiting for a few more of our potential panelists from that show to join us. I see Gadget in the back. I saw Melanie pop in for half a second. I don't know if she's coming back, but I'll give her a couple of seconds. But yeah, so I just want to thank you guys for joining me here on my channel and on the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS for this little post-show revitalization. It was a fun show for what it was, because it was a tribute show, and it's unfortunate. But I wanted to end on a happy note. I've got a few friends here. I see Candyman and Gadget have come in. I'm just going to bring you guys in. How's it going?
Hey guys, all good.
I'm glad you guys were able to join us.
But I'm here.
Yes,
well, it's not that stupid o'clock. It's only midnight. So,
and if any of my other people here want to stop in, we can do that too. Because I've got some stuff to open. I got my phone on the thing. We don't need that.
Like I said, I still got 3 boxes from Japan. I want to do an opening, but I was so out from what we did before because of the like sadness and everything. But now we have the happiness. Let's see how much fun you got.
That's nope. That's not the button I needed. Where's the button? Where did the red thing go?
All of us on the side, right? Or that one.
That's the. There we go. That's the version I think I
needed.
Wait,
what happened to?
He's still here. Hold on.
I'm still here.
Yeah, okay. I just have to edit it slightly because it's.
I thought you could put all 3 of us on the side.
Yeah,
that's fine. I could always be in the background. I'd just be the voiceover. And now we have a box.
Oh, that would be cool. Like these are the 2.
Oh, forget it. I'm just going to cancel that. I'll do it a different way. Is
that Cthulhu on there?
That
Get in there.
There we go.
You got to flip. There we go.
There. That is a Cthulhu. So I have 2 things to open. I've got some mail, which I know is Doctor Who related.
Wow. You blacked it out.
I know, right?
Oh wow! I've never seen that done before.
I know. If you're watching on the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS page, thank you again. Yeah, we Christian doesn't do that, and we will never ever let him live that down. Hey, tasty cake. There's the button. Yeah, no, there's no taking a break. It's time scales here. Jim's here. Thank you guys all for joining in. But yeah, this I know is Doctor Who, and I know one of what should be 3, maybe 4 things in here. But I also wanted to open up some dice because dice are fun.
Is that mystery one you got like last time too from that company?
I've got a handful. This is a different company. This is Kraken Dice.
Kraken Dice, okay.
Which is why that's not actually Cthulhu. That's a Kraken. That's a big old.
Oh wow! Okay.
Okay,
so Kraken Dice also do mystery dice sets.
14-piece. How's it a 14-piece one?
Well, that's a very good question. Perhaps we should open it and find out.
Wait, what?
You don't normally get 14-piece mystery
Wait,
dice,
isn't
do you?
it 7 die or is it
Yeah,
what's the normal set?
D4, D6,
Right.
1 D8, D10, no
Second
D10,
D10 usually.
yeah, not D10s,
A D20.
D12 and D20. So it's normally seven dice.
That's what I thought. That's why we're 14.
So is that 2 sets?
Well, I guess we're gonna have to find out, won't we?
Yeah.
We'll just slide that to the side.
Oh, I'm now intrigued.
That is not what I wanted. I'm just gonna zoom in just a little bit here. And we tear it open.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Should I dump it out on screen or off?
Dump it out on screen so we can go everywhere.
Let me just before
Are you
anything.
gonna get a box?
I know my luck. The phone's gonna go off during it.
Oh, they're pretty.
Wait, what? How is there? Wait,
That's how many D6s are there?
it's a 2 set or a pair set?
No, it is one set. It is not a pair. Now it's just a set with more of extra stuff in here. So
that's the 20.
We'll start at the beginning. This is not just the 20. This is an oversized 20. So it actually comes with 3 20s.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Now you got me. Wait. What?
So there's
you get 3 20s?
Yep. So 2 20s is not unusual.
Right.
There are plenty of systems that use 2 D20s, but they've added in an oversized D20.
Okay. But
with the
normal size.
So they're definitely D20s and not countdowns.
Yeah.
How can you tell?
Spin downs.
And that's the 20 right there, right?
Yeah. How can you tell the difference between a D20 and a countdown D20?
It's often there's not a difference. In theory, it's just a difference of how the numbers go in. These regular ones are going to be the same as a regular D6, right? So here's the 20. On the flip side is going to be the 1.
Should be the 1, yeah.
Here's the 19. The flip side is the 2.
2.
So it just adds up to 21 instead of adding up to 7.
Right.
So that's those. Beautiful. Look at,
it's like a marble effect.
Yeah.
Inside the dice.
I'm just going to turn my phone light on here.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting how the light goes around it.
Mm-hmm.
One, it could be clear, and then the next minute it could be purple.
Yeah. It's all. And then here's the big
smoke. It looks like it's smoke inside.
Yeah, it's like purple smoke inside.
That's cool.
What about is that a black light you're shining or no?
That's just my regular phone light.
Imagine if you had a black light, what those would look like. I
am curious. They have one set that is in theory glow in the dark. I have to charge it up. Heather's popping in to say hello. Hello, Heather. Welcome.
Hi, Heather.
If you're watching again on the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, thank you all for joining us for this. Please consider popping over to my channel as well, TheRatHole.ca. That's TheRatHole.ca. Give me a little quick subscribe. Okay. I greatly appreciate it.
I'm curious about one dice I can see.
Yes.
And that's next to the D8.
Mm-hmm.
That one. Yeah. Is that a D2?
That is, in fact, a D2.
I have not seen a D2 in a long time.
They're getting to be more common.
Because I remember them being more coins.
1, 2. Well, I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It's flat. It's got a 1 on one side and the icon on the second for the 2.
Mm-hmm.
So do you roll it or do you flip it?
It's a flip.
I mean, I would flip it. You could theoretically roll it. In fact, I rolled it quite well across. In theory, it could land on its side. That would be highly unusual. Mm-hmm. But you can certainly roll it. And it is more fun. That's the nice thing about it being a little bit thicker is it can roll like that.
Mm-hmm. Or spin it. Yeah.
Exactly. And then you've got your D10s that we mentioned. So there's your D10s.
Your D10 and your D0s. Yeah.
Yeah. Your 10s and your 1s. So percentile.
I keep forgetting you call them noughts. That's how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? What do you call them?
Ones. The ones, the twos,
Ones and
like
tens.
one like that. Yeah. Ones, 10s, 20s, 30s, like that.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
those are
but-
6, the regulars.
These
So
are the
what's the
regular
number?
sixes.
So what do you call the number below 1 then? Do you call
0.
it 0 or naught?
Or negative. Yeah.
0 and then negatives. But yeah,
Yeah.
0 is 0.
0 is 0. Okay, we just call it noughts.
0 is not. Yeah.
So like the game tic-tac-toe, as you guys call it,
Yeah.
we call it noughts and crosses.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, play that number, whatever that number was.
That was so interestingly enough, I mentioned that all of the top numbers have that Kraken symbol on it.
Uh-huh.
As I go back, I'm just looking to see if it's on. It's not on all of them. So it's not on the D10s and it's not on the D6s. It was on the D20s. It was on the D2. Doesn't look like it's on the rest of them. That's okay. Oh, I lied slightly. It's not just.
It's hiding.
There's also a mini D20.
Oh wow.
Oh,
So there's here, I'm gonna flip it.
4 D20s.
4 D20s. So you've got a mini, 2 regulars, and a big.
8.
Pick that up.
So 4. How is there 14 in there if you've got 4? Wait, 4, 8. That's another 4.
Did you actually count the dices up? Have you actually counted? You got
there's 3. There's 3 more. There's still a 4, which is again, it's a little. This one's a little less smoky than the others, but it is still got some purple in it. This is when you really don't want to step on. Forget your Lego.
Explain that one again, because that one always threw me.
If my thumbs are thumb is the ground, whoop,
Right.
whatever's facing up. So really, if I were to roll it here, the 1 is facing up, and that would give you your 1. So the number you can read
facing up.
Facing up. There are ones that have it at the bottom, so it'd be 1 1. Or like the 2 would be here, and you would see it along the bottom instead of the top. But it's always the one you can read when it lands.
Yeah, because I used to add up the numbers whenever we would land it.
Yeah, I mean, and in theory, there's reasons for that. You could play like that, but that's not the point. No. And then you got your D8. Beautiful
7 and 8 are in the right spots. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got your D12. No, it's become more common to get these bigger sets with the extra with extra D20s and extra D6s. Having the extra small and the extra big is a little bit unusual.
Okay.
But
why is that then?
There are a lot of games that use 2 D20s, and there's a lot of games that just require more than 1 D6.
Right. Okay.
A mitt full of them. So all told, we have 4 of those. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and roll it in.
Yeah, 14.
14. That's such a cool set.
That's a 14. So that's your 14 set mystery dice. Obviously,
So
different patterns, different
52
designs.
and 54. I like the numbers. Play the numbers.
And where can you order these from?
Kraken Dice is krakendice.com. And this is just one of their many mystery sets. I have others, but I'm not going to open them up today. I'm going to spread them out. So this is their Island of Misfit Dice set. They've got.
Are they US only or are they international?
I do not know the answer to that question. They are US based. I don't know if they ship internationally. So I got some not.
I think the other one shipped internationally, right? The other one.
So yeah, the mystery dice goblins do, I believe.
Yeah.
But that's not what you all came here to see. You all came to see what the Doctor Who opening was. This was just the added thing. Now, Doctor Who is another one of those. The Doctor Who role-playing game is a D6 based game. So you really only need 2, but having more, even the Doctor Who game dice, you're going to get 6 or 8 of them in their set. But let's take a look, see what we got here. And let's just zoom back out. So much easier to
How come you got easy open?
Because this didn't come from, from Amazon or anything. This came from Cubicle 7 directly. So let's see what's on top. We're going to scroll. It looks like it's something from Doctor Who. Call me crazy.
Okay, crazy.
Oh, it's hardcover.
It's hardcover. Oh, yeah. This is all of Time and Space. This is one of the old ones. This is from the set before they changed logos and everything, but it's not the old. So this is the 12th Doctor version. So this is a little bit older.
Version 1, and that's version 2.
Exactly.
Okay.
They're currently in version straight up second edition.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and they did the older ones have a totally different name, as well, but they rebranded to the Doctor Who role playing game.
Do they have that spinal thing on the new ones like the old ones do?
This one, all of this set is a red.
Right. Okay.
So if you look in my background,
I see blues and yeah.
All those are just red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but not like the ones next to it, which has got the Doctor Who stuff on it.
So this was the Adventures in Time and Space.
Yep.
So you can sort of read it there, but that was the original during the 50th anniversary set. And then the Capaldi ones. Matt and David both had editions of the core rulebook as well. So here's a bit of irony for you. Actually, I'll wait. I'll tuck that under because I think that's what something else is in here. So all of Time and Space. Let's take that myself out of that.
Mm-hmm.
This is 4 adventures that for the role playing game. So these aren't episodes. In all of those Doctor episodes, it's got how you could play each and every episode. This, I won't go into too much so you don't lose too much, has adventures that are playable. Ghost Engines, The Northern Nights, Schrodinger's Expedition, and the Tomb of Cleopatra. So you've got some great stuff, and I can without spoiling too much.
Off the D20s or off the D6s?
This is a D6 system. So you're rolling 2 D6 plus whatever your attributes are to get you. So it's a very simple system called the Vortex system by David F. Chapman, who we, of course, interviewed on The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. So that is one of the older books that they sent me.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had a few in stock. And then let's see what this one is.
They wrapped that really good.
Yes, they did. Thank goodness.
While Dave is unpacking that one, I've just went on to Cracking Dice website and they do international shipping.
Oh, fabulous. There we go. So here is a Stitch in Time. So this is the second edition. You can see there, Doctor Who, the role-playing game, second edition. They started this basically with Jodie. And this is also an adventure. So this is
that a single adventure or 4 episode adventure like the other one?
This is technically, it is one adventure, I think, that, or multiple adventures that are strung together. Sorry.
So
it's the campaign.
Right. Okay.
Sounds like a Big Finish episode.
Yeah, it's a bit. They've phrased the entire game as if it was a TV season. Right. So this is episode 1, episode 2, Heidi Hyde, episode 2, The Most Dangerous Monster, episode 3, Silver Screams, episode 4, Everything Must Go, episode 5, Protect and Survive, episode 6, Emergency Ward 26, episode 7, The Great Sonic Caper, episode 8, Return to Sender, and it goes on to a few more, but I'm not going to give you the last 2.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a 10-part adventure.
So
and the spine on that is blue.
Yes. And the new ones have a variety of colors ranging from pink to purple to blue.
So you had originally like a muted blue, and then you had the reds, and then you had the pinks, and
So yeah, if
So
I put
this is like when you're trying to compare Pinky to Little Boy Blue.
shut up.
I mean, Happy and Little Boy Blue.
So this one is the newest one here. So you got the new logos. These are the 60 years of adventure ones. That's the core, the pink one.
Mhm.
And then that one is Adventures in Space, which was, I'll probably switch over to this side.
I meant to ask you, where'd you get the Doctor Who behind you? The sign.
That was a gift from the Dalek builders.
That looks pretty cool.
It really is. And it's just 3D printed and trying to figure out how to mount it. I found some basically Velcro that's so that sticks on the wall and sticks on it. But it's hard. It's the hard part, the linking Velcro part of the Velcro on both sides, the hooks.
Yeah,
now
you
this
can't really call it Velcro anymore, can you? Because that's a brand name. It's
exactly, and it's explicitly not Velcro brand Velcro, which was a Canadian invention, by the way.
Okay.
Here it is, the big one. Oh wait, I haven't. Bloop. Ooh, oops, wrong button. Wrong button. What that one? There we go. So there we go. The 13th Doctor. Now this is technically also a first edition, I believe. Just because of the timing of how it came out.
Right.
It was delayed a little bit. So it is still written with first edition rules, I believe. I could be wrong. It's not labeled as second edition. So I'm going to say it's probably first edition, but it has the new logo, but it is still a blue. So it will still match up with the rest of these.
Right.
So how do you find the difference between the old logo and the new logo? And does that put you quite annoying? So you have to put it in order? And do you do it order by logo or do you do it order by the doctors?
Oh, that's going to fall. Hold on. Oh, forget it. It'll knock over. That's fine. Your words will fix it. So, I here's a fun fact. If you need your just a paper box is just the right size for role playing books. So these are your first 11 Doctors. These came out for the 50th anniversary. They have the 50th anniversary logo at the bottom here, and the spines all make up the logo at the time, which was, but the covers are all different colors. And so Adventures in Space and Time was the original title of the game. And then starting with the 12th Doctor, which you'll notice is not here, and I'll show you why in a second. They've had to change how those logos go. They've kept it as blue, so they kept it as you can sort of match, but not as much. Whereas the other ones are a little different. So here's something that I found.
That looks shorter, that one too.
It might just be the way the box is
sitting.
Okay. So this has the new logo. Because the current BBC policy is everything has to have the current logo, right?
No.
Or pretty close to that.
Everything apart from the limited Blu-ray editions.
Okay, that's fair. Almost everything has to have the current logo.
Yeah.
So here's Jodie Whittaker with the new logo, not her own logo. The only Doctor source book to have Jodie's logo, Doctor Source. There was other source books that came out. Is Capaldi. Capaldi came out while Jodie was still active. So he has her logo and she has the next logo, not her own.
And
that drives me batty.
Right. Okay. Could you ask the company to create dust covers?
I'd have to create them themselves. Licensing is why that's like that. They are required to do those logos. So when I pop 12 back in there, you can see they blend in nicely with those. Well, hers more than his, but there's still a little bit of blending nicely there. I'm going to have to, if 14 and 15 get books, I'll need a new
box.
New box. I mean, I've got all of these ones over here. They're now falling over. But
get some cling wrap or whatever it is, those things that look like Doctor Who, and cling it on there and make a Doctor Who box.
Yeah. Well, and if you got, I mean, you can't see it, but if you notice me struggling when I was putting stuff back in, it's because I've got the lid for this paper box.
As extra support.
No, it's because extra will move. Yeah, eventually I'm going to be moving.
Mm-hmm.
So, have you played all the adventures in
I
each
have
of those
not
books?
played all of the adventures, no.
Okay, so you couldn't tell us which one's your favourite one, or which one is your favourite one so far of what you have played?
Ooh, that's honestly, it is. It's not even one that I played. Oh, that's why it's doing that. My favorite is not one that I've played. It's one that I've listened to.
Okay.
There's a podcast called the Party of One podcast, and all they do is one GM and one GM and one player.
Right.
That's their shtick. And they did a Christmas episode where the Doctor faces off against Krampus.
Okay.
Which, how has that not happened yet? I don't know. But that is probably my favorite one. If you go into look up Party of One on the interwebs, and they will be able to show you, or they will go back far enough in their Christmas episodes, and they'll have that. I think it was their first year, and they're on year 8-ish, 8 or 9 now. Like, they've been going on. Jeff Stormer's been doing an amazing job with that show. He's got a couple of spin-off shows as well. But every Christmas they do a Christmas episode, and it is glorious. It's one of my favorite things of the whole season.
Right, we've got a question from Grego for timescales.
I hadn't been paying attention. Thank you. Show some of the insides. Oh yeah, I can do that.
And you also got a question from Jim as well.
I'm just laughing right now because my phone never updated.
Do they have board games with the dice? Does Kraken Dice have board games? I don't believe so. I didn't see any. They didn't have all of their stock. It was their first year at the event that I met them at.
I'll go back on the website to let you know.
Yeah, I am 90% sure that they do not. Most companies that specialize in dice don't. Timescale is cool. I saw these comic book game store in Sacramento. Was wondering about them. Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's a fabulous game. It really is. Sarah Al-Hamid from the Planetary Radio actually had a couple of these books in her background. Yeah, Tasty Cake. I can see. I don't know if you're reacting to the comment that I'm not bringing up that is spam that I can't report from StreamYard. I've got a spam bot on my.
Oh, I saw that. That was
Twitch. So I just kind of ignore them for now. Yeah. I'll feel free to report the comment, Tom. I'll report it and block them later. But so yes, we wanted to look at this a little bit closer. So we shall. Whoop. So you got a nice little TARDIS print. You can put that on a shirt. I would love them to do that.
What? That on a shirt?
Yeah, that print. Like if Cubicle 7 wanted to do like a big blasting,
if it's not copyrighted, you could probably do it.
Oh, it definitely is. But I would love for Cubicle 7 to do it as their own thing. No timescales, you won't see it. It's on my Twitch. I'm currently broadcasting to my Twitch, the Traveling TARDIS Twitch. If that comments on the Traveling TARDIS Twitch, I won't be able to deal with it. So definitely report it, please, Tom. Traveling TARDIS's X account. My X account doesn't have enough followers, is not verified, and I'm not paying money.
Yeah, don't.
No, forget that.
No.
I don't support Nazis. And I've got mine and the Traveling TARDIS's YouTubes, mine and the Traveling TARDIS's, and Geekorama.net's Facebook feeds. No, Twitch. I don't do Twitch anymore. Tom, I do Twitch when I do it, but I can't focus on it.
Twitch, I don't know what's going on with it because I had to stop because I kept getting these bots too and everything, or whoever they were, and they were getting nasty and everything, and it ruined it for all the live feeds I had from Comic-Con and stuff.
Yeah. Well, there's Heather. I do see that picture, that question at times. Thanks for that. I'm just gonna have to scroll back up. Heather was asking if the logo behind me is resin or stone. It's actually just 3D printed. I don't know what the.
Or is she referring to the dice?
The dice are a good question.
I thought they were resin.
If they're dice, they're resin. Yeah. If it's the sign you're talking about is 3D printed, which could be resin, could be any number of types.
Plastics. Right, I've just checked out Kraken, but don't do board games. However, they do a lot more accessories like card sleeves, play mats, and loads and loads of dices.
I do have some of their card sleeves. I have not had a chance to open this. I had planned on bringing this with me to the Star Wars Unlimited tournament that I did the other day. And sleeving up my stuff. I did not get a chance to, which almost backfired because somebody spilled a drink. Just barely missed my deck.
Damn.
Yeah, don't tell me about spilling drinks. I tried to spill a drink on a show we did on Sunday, and it spilled on my keyboard. I was trying to spill I was spilling the tea. I was actually spilling the tea. And it went everywhere.
So the inside of most of these books have the splash page, and in theory, I didn't want to have to jump through hoops to try and get one. For some reason, the PDF version of Peter Capaldi's book does not have this splash page. I was going to use this as what I get autographed when I get instead of these books, but because I don't have Capaldi, and he's one of the people I'm more likely to get an autograph from eventually, I decided I'm going to use the covers instead. So I have Matt Smith. I have a printout, a photo print of his cover that he autographed while I was at MegaCon, and I'll do the same for her.
Is that Matt Smith the one you tried to find in London and actually found in Canada?
No, it was Matt Smith I found in London. I did find in London. It was Tennant that I didn't find, that I had to find back. But yeah, it was Matt Smith that I picked up in London. Yes.
Right.
So here we have this. Contents. So you got and this is a fairly consistent format for them. So you've got kind of a little bit of a conversation, some of the characters. You've got a great conversation about each and this is for every Doctor source book, that Doctor's era, and some of the stuff that they dealt with.
Because you sometimes use these as reference books as well, don't you?
Oh, 100% I do. Honestly, this I've said this before. I'll say it again. If a student came up to me and said, "I have to do a biography on a fictional character, and I want to do the Doctor," I would hand them one of these books. These are so well researched, so well written that it's incredible. They're so good just to read. You don't have to play the game to want these books. Oh my goodness.
Oh wow. Can I have a look at that BBC logo? No, where you were just a moment ago.
Yeah, it looked different. That's what's
the spaces are different between that one there.
Go to the other. Yeah.
I think it's just the size.
Yeah.
It does look a little bit weird though. The spacing does look odd.
Like it's not close enough.
BBC had to approve it.
Yep. I know. So, the thing is, you can tell what year it came out just by the BBC logo. It changes over the years.
So this is one of the old ones. And
because in the 80s, the BBC logo used to be on a slant.
Oh yeah, no, this one doesn't even have the logos.
Meaning the squares. Remember when they went like that, right? When the squares went like that, yeah.
Yeah. So the older ones look different than the new ones. Let's pull. So here's what the old character sheets look like.
Right.
I've actually got E.G. Cho, whose birthday is today. I've got his character sheet autographed, and he played a game of tic-tac-toe with me. The new ones look like this. So it's a little more streamlined, a little different. Same idea, just different documentation, different look. And if you go to older ones again, we'll have slightly different stuff. They did tweak in between.
I think from the older ones, it looks better from a dyslexia point of view. Because because if you compare the older ones, which you were just comparing, it was a lot more broken up.
Yeah.
And that's easier for someone who's got dyslexia.
I think that one did like what I did here in this. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I broke it down based on what a healer was, a pickpocket, stuff like that. Like it looks like I did a combo of that with the old one.
Yeah. I love that Carvanista even has a big character sheet because he was fun. As does Professor Jericho. He gets a note in there as well. He was only in a couple of episodes. Sadly. And yeah. So
okay.
Going back, a stat block for the.
Because is this based more on a D&D version or more on a? Okay.
Specifically, no. This is the Vortex system. It's an entirely different system. Like I said, so these skills and attributes here, you would use the numbers that are written in there. And you would write theoretically on your own character. You'd write them in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You would roll 2d6 and add that attribute skill.
Right. Okay.
See, that's where I get lost on some things.
Yeah. If you go back to
it's a lot simpler than D&D.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. If you go back to where the TARDIS was just a moment ago.
Yeah.
As Doctor Who fans, do you prefer the TARDIS with or without the St. John Ambulance logo?
Sorry.
So that TARDIS there, the 13th one, doesn't have
missing. It's missing the
St. John's Ambulance logo.
The circle.
Oh yeah. On that
side.
So I was looking at the interior.
Yeah. So sometimes on the TARDISes, though I have the St. John's logo, and I just want to know your preference. Do you prefer having the St. John's logo on it, or do you prefer it without it?
It makes no difference to me. We have St. John's Ambulance in Canada.
Yeah,
and I found it in England. I have a picture of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't have the same relevance in North America that it does
in the UK.
Because I thought it was always part of the charity that they were doing. It was a charity thing. Why they had it on there.
St. John's is an organization, charity, yes, but it's a bit like Army cadets or Air cadets or Sea cadets, but more for medical. So it's like the medical cadets.
Because I thought it was connected to UNIT. That's why.
No, it's a legitimate thing. So a lot you can get Red Cross first aid, and there's a variety of places that they can give first aid, but one of the more common ones is St. John's Ambulance.
Yeah,
so first aid training.
Red Cross and St. John's is like, how do you say, a bit like the Army and the Navy.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a clue to who the doctor really is, because you notice it disappeared after the war doctor.
I thought it came back. With one of the new doctors. I think it was Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I always thought the doctors were not in the right timeline. That's my theory. Because depending on how they dressed, how they acted, even though the new ones hint about years, you know what I mean? We didn't have the Ferris wheel at one time. We didn't have the, yeah.
I know that.
Tom's commenting that, it was the 11th. It was back to the 11th Doctor. Jim says I should play one of these games in the future. I keep planning to. I'm a terrible game master. I'm terrible at running games. So I have tried to avoid it. I would love someone who I will happily host it. I will happily play it. I had someone in mind, and then there was some issues behind the scenes to get that happening on my end, not on theirs. They kind of delayed it, so I'll have to.
Well, if you ever want extra players, I'm up for an extra player.
Yeah.
And I want to see the difference between that versus like this. This is even different too, because everyone said this is a different version too, and everything. That's why I'm trying to figure out what is a true D&D versus the Vortex versus the, what, like we said, dyslexia. Both of us have dyslexia, so it's hard for us to play certain type of games and everything, which people don't understand. And it's sad because you want to partake in them, but when you're always cast as the fairy or the smallest character with the minimalist little of things to do, it's no fun.
This is a much simpler system. Like I said, you're adding simple numbers to simple numbers. You don't have a dozen different dice. It's all the same, and so like you just there's your stats.
Is it up there with the Sailor Moon one?
Which has a new version, by the way.
I cannot find it.
It's not under Sailor Moon. It is now Soldier Luna. It is Daiscami Publishing.
Because it's sitting on my shelf inside.
I wish. Basically, it's the same people that wrote that game.
Yeah.
With the new company name. And they went to Toho and said, hey, we want to do this. And they went, too many words. You can't do the role-playing game. They approved a bunch of other games. So if you look up Sailor Moon Truth or Bluff, Sailor Moon, there was a few Crystal, and these are all Crystal.
With the Crystal series, okay.
Yeah. But they couldn't get the license, so they are blatantly, as this is Sailor Moon without being Sailor Moon. It is really obvious that this was what they wrote for the Sailor Moon role-playing game in the new edition of it's now Besom 4, but Big Eye Small Mouth, which was the rule set at the time. It's out there. It's Soldier Luna, Lune.
Here's a question for you, Dave.
Yes.
I say, for example, I come over to you and say, I want to play a Doctor Who game.
Yes.
Would you recommend the role playing, a board game, a video game, or a trading card game?
Oh, that would require a follow-up question.
Okay.
I would not recommend any of them as just wholesale. If you said, I want to play a Doctor Who game, do you want a video game? Do you want a role play? Like, I would ask, what of those do you want? And make a recommendation otherwise. There is a Doctor Who card game. There's actually several of them.
Right.
Some are official, some are not. They're not supported. The official ones are no longer supported. So it's hard to get in most places. Not as hard overseas in England and stuff. You can still get them a little bit easier.
I think they're at what Dragon, like whatever the Dragon's Den you have there, or whatever it is, like those shops and everything. Forbidden Planet, you can find them there.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Is like, I'm really into Doctor Who, but I would like to play a game. What game would you want to introduce me to? That was more of the question. Would you want to introduce me to an RPG? Would you want to introduce me to a board game?
I would if it was just anything, I would give them a board game.
Right.
But like I said, if it was the follow up would be, which would you like?
Right.
What sort of thing do you want? There is if you can, and I'm not going to pull it down here, but right up here on my screen gadget is Doctors and Daleks, and this is this is 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons rules.
Whoa!
They've taken this game, Doctor Who, the role-playing game, and put it into 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons rules. There's 3 books. One of them's upstairs.
Damn.
And it is, they actually reference these books.
Okay.
Even in this. So this is meant as
a true D&D.
Yeah, this is D&D rules. And then you go, and by the way, we also have this other game here.
Okay.
That you can reference.
That's a quite good idea. So if you use the D&D rule system and how D&D works, you can use that and then use a reference to the Vortex system.
Right.
And then if you wanted to play the Vortex systems, you can. But if you're still happy with the D&D rules, you can just basically use that version there.
The one thing, there probably will never be a 4th book or more books in the Doctors and Daleks series.
Right.
that's probably all that will come out. Whereas, hope there are significantly more books than what I have here available for the Doctor Who role-playing game. Plain and simple there. But yeah, so you can do, there's the old FASA game. You can dump, the Doctor appears in the officially and unofficially and all sorts of things. This is Shadow of Mog. This game takes place in a post-apocalyptic London.
Okay.
And this in the tubes. So when I was over there, I actually went and got an upgrade tube map.
I remember getting you that.
It was an expand as
so that you can actually.
Yeah, so I can actually just if I wanted to play on the Elizabeth line,
Didn't they change something with the price go up or the tube lines changed or anything?
That was less relevant to why I got that, but
okay,
it's more of a map.
Okay.
There's a.
Oh, I wonder who that is.
And they do have a version of the TARDIS in there that is, again, similar but legally distinct from the TARDIS in here as well. So,
well, the Web of Fear was based in the London Underground.
True.
And what was that in the Snowman one where he had the map on the box?
So, that's what I wanted to open today.
That is so cool.
And I appreciate everyone who has been here talking and watching and commenting all over the place. I think this was a nice little breather from our tribute to Simon. Not to bring it back down again.
No.
But thank you guys for joining me for this. Once again, if you are watching this over on the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, any of their feeds, please consider popping over to mine, TheRatHole.ca, and give me a subscribe there. I would greatly appreciate it. Until then, did I not have the?
I'm hoping you didn't hear that. We had sirens and then a big noise.
No, not at all.
Okay, so this is working good.
Yes. I'm going to wait for half a second.
Yeah.
I have a new outro video that I was in the process of working on, and I just want to see if I can find it, or if I even with that new Rat Race music that I had done previously.
Rat Race.
There it is.
Eventually, I'll get back on my channel once everything hell finishes here.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I've got unboxing from Plus Shop, that new one with the cat type of dolls and everything from all the anime. I've got, like I said, the 3 boxes from Japan. I've got Crunchyroll boxes. I've got everything. And it's like when you deal with a lot of things, like I know you guys don't talk about dementia, but when you deal with dementia parents, and it's hard to, this is a good outlet. Like if someone just wants a break from something, watch us, especially on TARDIS, especially on the Rat Hole, everything. We are unscripted. You will laugh like crazy and everything, except for this episode before.
and I mentioned this on my, I'll throw it up here as well. I am working on another show. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen.
Is that Pinky?
That's the original Happiness Patrol Pink TARDIS. Yes, the original Pinky, as opposed to Happy that's over there.
And that's going to be your mental health channel, right, and everything.
This is the Happiness Patrol is going to be probably once a month, probably only episode 0 explaining and talking about the actual Doctor Who episode. I'm going to start out with actually Star Wars. We're going to go through all the Star Wars movies and talk about them in a positive light. That does not mean we can't be critical,
including Caravan of Courage.
Yes.
Wow.
He's going there.
Yeah, exactly. No,
but what order are you putting them in? Because there's a theory that the names are all wrong for the movies too.
I'm going to do it in episode order.
What,
I with an explicit break during the holiday season. For
that means I'm gonna. I wonder if you're gonna include this, because some people don't know this exists. It's on my
Is that the holiday Christmas special as well?
No. Interesting. That is why I'm taking a break. I do have a copy of the original Star Wars Christmas special. It is as bad as people say it is.
I know, I've seen it.
I still, it deserves some credit being the first appearance of Boba Fett.
Yeah, but I still think it's better for Caravan of Courage, in my opinion.
No, that's fair.
But I do like Battle of Endor. I love the Ewoks. I love the cartoons.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I eventually I'll probably, I'm also excluding for the time being the TV shows. That doesn't mean that.
It's hiding. It's I hid it because people kept trying to take it from me.
But yeah, no, that's the plan, is to do these episodes in a way that and eventually just talk about things that make us happy. Period.
Yeah, but I'm a killjoy.
Yes, and that which is why you should be in that first episode. You can be in that first episode talking about. But no, we don't want the killjoy. We're not going to give any air to the trolls in the comments.
Sorry, I just had to do that with Happy's show. But am I correct? They never actually painted the TARDIS fully pink.
I don't think they got to the. I think they did get it all pink.
I know they got the front.
I'll have to go back and watch the episode again.
Yeah, I know there was half and half at one point.
Yeah. You did not steal your idea. It was my idea. No, I was not. I was never suggesting that there was a stolen idea. The Happiness Patrol has been floating in my head since actually even before timescales came about. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm changing this format again. Yeah, I haven't figured out the exact format, which is why I haven't started recording on it yet.
There's other ones that are there that are hiding too, but I figured nobody remembers this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about it while you were looking.
Yeah. That's one. I have the cartoon series too.
Yeah.
Right. So that's Caravan of Courage and Battle of Endor.
Mm-hmm. This I smuggled out my last job because he was about to put it to go back to the studio. I said, "Can I buy it?" He said, "Whatever you want to give me for it." Yeah. When I worked for Suncoast, so I grabbed them all. You can see where I had to go find it because everyone who sees this says that doesn't exist, and I'm like, "Yes, it does."
Yeah, it does.
Just like I have the Spaceballs, the book.
However, I've got the original VHS, which I borrowed from a friend. I forgot to give it back.
You have it,
and also that version as well.
I hate the fact that I almost had the VHS of the original Star Wars that was promo to the store, but my boss threw it out in the garbage.
I'm talking about the original VAT on VHS.
This I would have loved on VHS.
All right. With that being said,
I
love you all.
Yes.
And again, thank you guys for joining me. We'll see you guys on the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, on Spill the Geek Tea, all the places. I'm gonna call it because I can. Hey, Mark's here. Hey, Mark. Cheers to.
Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah. How you feeling, Mark?
Cheers.
Yeah. But like, how do you pronounce his name on the other show for that show that he does in Australia? I cannot pronounce the name he gave. I like what he said about the phone calls. That I really wish we all do.
Yeah, we'll still figure something out. But I want to thank everybody again for joining us for this post-show box opening on from after the Legend of Traveling TARDIS. I can tell my roommates. I sent my roommate the recipe for the supper I was going to make today, so I got to see if she got it right. But with that being said, I just want to close this out as we do on my channel by saying good gaming and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.